All right, everybody. So, Brandon with Bearded CB82 coming at you today. How's everybody doing? And waiting for people to come on in. Let's see if I can get somebody. Let me see here. Control C. We get some people up in here. Let's. All right. COH. So, Dave, if it's not broke, fix it. Dave, what the heck are you up to today? Jason Pollard, how are you? On the golf corn, pouring rain, losing your ass. That's never a good thing. Murray, what is going on? It is a mixer type of afternoon. Oh, hope everybody's doing good, aside from, well, Jason's losing his ass in the middle of the pouring rain on a golf course. Then there are those of us. Brandon is in deep thought. Oh, yeah, that was getting a link out to a couple people. So drunk as heck. Looks like that beer cart's going to be making its money off of you today, Jason. So, anyways, no, I decided to go ahead, go live. I don't know if Dave want me to shoot you a text, see if you want to get on here. Nathan 4071, how are you doing? Oh, thank you very much. Por supuesto que él no es cerveza, pero tantito whisky. Está fría. Gracias. Anyways, if I was drinking, it's too hot to drink. Whew. Yep, so hope everybody can hear me all right today. Oh, you're good? Don't want to come on live? All right. Though we got some stuff to discuss here after a little while. So we'll definitely be doing that. We're talking about, Dave wants to kind of do something, and that's do a Midwest get-together for us tool tubers here. Probably sometime next month. So for anybody that might be interested, me, him, CP, hopefully get a few more guys over here and be able to have some fun. So Joshua Brandenburg. Now, Joshua is always there for everybody. Everybody, by all means, Joshua Brandenburg. He is always there on everybody's live streams. He's there on everybody's videos, always commenting, always good job. Everybody does appreciate your support there, Brandon. Or Josh Brandenburg. Sorry. But anyways, yes, Knockers, if he can get away, we're going to try to get him up here as well. Florkin Life, what is going on? So I hope everybody's been doing well, aside from Murray. And then, oh yes, don't forget, everybody, go look at each other. Now, if y'all like some woodworking, y'all like your outdoor stuff as well, best ferro rods in town, and strikers and handles, go to Nathan 4071. If you like some good beer reviews too, Nathan 4071. If you like red meat cooked over an open fire, Nathan 4071. Just type it in your Google or in your YouTube search. That guy, always cooking, always great stuff. So other than that, no, I thought I'd drop in. I thought I'd go ahead and have a nice little live stream for the day. It's nice in the shade. I tried to get some stuff done in my garage, but just between here and the garage, I got a breeze over here. Over there, even when it was in the shade, there was just no breeze whatsoever, and I was starting to sweat even when wearing a kilt. It was just a little bit too much. At iCloud.com. Alrighty, Josh. I will keep that in mind. I'll shoot you an email here. Chad, I already sent you a link. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did. Yeah, Everyday Fleet Tech. I'm pretty sure I sent you a link. Let me see here. Let me try this again. All right, let me see here. Compose. CLH. Oh, that's what I forgot to do. There we go. And let's get Joshua up on here as well. Oh, where's that at? All right. Mostly open boxes now. You got one from the Crazy Scotsman. That is awesome. Let's see here. Josh Brandenburg at iCloud.com. All right, let's see what we can do. Yeah, don't let him fool you though. He's always got, whenever he does an unboxing, he's usually got a beer in hand, and he's always cooking some type of meat. He's got the Firebird. Hey, Robin Redbird 491. What is going on a beautiful day like today? I'm surprised you're not out at y'all's range. So, other than that, I've been busy trying to get stuff done around here, and had a little bit of time here for a little while before I start grilling, and get dinner ready here after a little while. So, figured why not? All right, now then. There he is, Everyday Fleet Tech. He's got his Work Pro tools on. Now, remember what happened last time you had that shirt on there?
I don't know anything.
Yeah, you should have been wearing your Disney shirt that your wife got you instead.
Yeah, I actually wore that to work the other day. People were less than amused. I was asked to remove it a few times.
Wow. When something like that is considered extremely offensive in a shop. Woo.
Oh, no, it wasn't the guys. It was rampies and other people that worked around. Yeah.
Sensitive.
I told them, I was like, if you want to see my hairy body, I mean, I got no problem with that. Yeah.
Yep. So, yes, our COVID survivor.
Lots of fun. Don't recommend it.
Yep. I wouldn't blame you on that one. The way you made it sound, it was a week and a half of sheer hell. Kaylynn Strain, what is going on? But yeah, it has been interesting. Oh, looks like Dave's going back to work. He must have just been on lunch break. Already back to work. Man, that guy will
too.
He is their main mechanic over there, and when crap breaks, it's usually up to him to fix it. It's kind of a crummy ordeal. And yep. Well, it's like us right now. We're down one mechanic, and my apprentice, he's a single dad, and so his kid usually runs like a regular temperature about 98.8, and so 98.9. So when he tries to drop him off at daycare and he's right at 99.0, daycare turns his kid away. He's got to watch his kid. So
They do that up there?
Yes.
Down here, we're
Yes.
just kind of like, dude, you're below 100. You're growing. It happens.
Oh, he's got molars coming in and all the other stuff. His kid teeth. He's like a 3-year-old kid, so he's got all the teething problems still.
They hang out at 99. If they're at 98, I start getting concerned.
Yep. Joshua, you should have gotten one. Or I screwed up your email. I sent you a link along with Everyday Fleet Tech, Joshua.
One mechanic's in the house. What's going on, brother man? Hope you're doing all right.
All right. What is going on, Dave? So, yeah, no, you finally got me here on camera. So
I know. You don't ever go live. That's what I was telling the family. I was like, I'm in the middle of playing a video game, and I'm going, he wants my email. Then I seen the thing saying, go live if you want to. And I'm going live. I know it's sudden, but I'm going live. I'm not going to throw the man out there like that. You don't go on often, so I can't just leave you hanging.
No, no, not too often. I used to do it after I'd clock out at work. Would usually do a little live stream when I was putting my tools and stuff away, but we've been without internet at my work for a little while, so I figure, hey, it's Saturday. It's nice. Most everybody's either outside doing something, which they should be, or they're at home taking care of stuff, which nothing wrong with relaxing. So
I have been trying to relax all week long. I've had all week off. It's been so lovely, so nice.
All week.
All week.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm even taking off tomorrow. So next week will be a 4-day work week for me.
Good deal. Good deal. Yeah, last time I had a week like that, well, it was just as everything shut down, and it had some plans, was going to do some family stuff, take some vacation, and it's like everything shut down. It's like, well, what do you do? So
see, for me, thankfully, I'm that very isolated personality. On YouTube, I'm very people-y. I'm outgoing, but in real life, I need my quiet time. I like to be left alone. Throw me out in the woods somewhere and just leave me, and I'm a happy camper. So the family went out of town for a few days, and I had pure solitude. It's beautiful.
Oh, that would be nice. I'm pretty sure you and your Bernie got a lot of quality time together.
Me and Bernie always get quality time. Matter of fact, he's there.
Yep. Oh, by the way, next month, like I was saying before, Dave, if it's not broke, fix it's going to try to do a tool tuber YouTuber get together around here. Hopefully, kind of maybe for a long weekend, middle of July or something like that. So I know CP was talking maybe about getting some range time. One of the ranges south of town. Anybody that might be interested in some range time, like, Redbird 491. That gal's arsenal makes mine look like child's play. Oh man. She's you want to talk about some firepower? She's got one. Oh man, especially her Desert Eagle 44 mag.
Yep, know those. I tell you, some of what I have, and I've got the Gucci gear and stuff like that. I know what I have, but call me a nerd, whatever. Here lately, I've been on a big Red Dead Redemption 2 kick, so I'm just kind of like, I wouldn't mind having a good lever rifle. That would be kind of slick.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind an older Marlin 3030, or if I ever saved up enough pennies, one of the new side loaders that Henry finally come
That's
out
ones
with.
I was looking at.
Yeah,
I was last night. I was looking at the side load 4570s.
Oh yeah.
If I'm gonna do it, do it.
It's only 3 or 4 rounds. Well, 3 in the tube, 1 in the chamber, or something
Yeah,
like
it's
that.
4, I think it is.
Yeah, but it's
Still,
yeah, that's the Buffalo down the road rifle right there. And
I mean, I'd go full out. I'd get the hat. I'd do the whole 9 yards. I'd go out hunting. Get me a Colt, a 45 long Colt.
Mhm.
Just do it up. Come walk out of the woods. People going, what the? That'd be a sight there. You and I go out shooting somewhere. They'd see a big bearded dude in a kilt and a cowboy come walking out the woods going, what?
Yep, got the kilt on right now.
There you go, the tactical kilt.
Yep.
511?
No, this one's UT kilts. It's
Okay.
my newer one. I seen 511 did have one though, but the one side pocket I can stow 2 mags in. The other side pocket I can definitely stow. One inner, one outer, and the other one I can definitely stow 2 in the other side pocket. It was a cheaper one, that camo kilt I got. That one will hold. It's got 2 side pockets that are perfect just to slide a mag in each side. Oh yeah.
See, I just don't have the legs for it.
If they're hairy, it's perfectly fine, but it's like walking around in air conditioning.
I would just look like a hairy bird walking around. Nobody wants to see that.
Hey, you'd fit in with like some of those Scottish people. So
there you go.
Yep.
And actually, my lineage is Irish.
Oh, so there you go. You can get the what is it, yellow, green, and it's another shade of green, I think, for the Irish tartan.
Yep.
So there you go.
But yeah, I'm a mutt. I'm French, Irish, Cherokee, and Lebanese. The most I could track down.
Yeah. My dad's
That's a hell of a combo.
Yeah. My dad's side's all German and Polish. Like I think I'm 4th generation on his side from both my grandma and my grandpa's side. And my mom's side, my grandma is half-breed Sioux. The other side of the family's like early settler from like the late 1600s, early 1700s in Virginia somewhere. So I don't know exactly where they came from there, but it's so yeah. It's out. Well, like yours, it's kind of out there.
Yeah, well, I'm a big history nerd anyway, so when I got my mom about who we are, she couldn't tell me. I'm going, okay, I take this as a challenge. And then it was.
Well, we've already seen your, how much of a nerd you truly are when it comes to, things like your cosplay when you go to the Comic-Con or the Atlanta
Dragon Con, yeah.
Dragon Con, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
We'll do it up.
Yep. You get the Aang out and
Aang or his Uncle Tenzin or whatever I feel like that year.
Yep.
Why not? Too many people, that's stupid. Well, shut up. You don't know how to have fun in life. If you can't have fun with yourself, you're boring. There
you go. Yep, that's the other point too. You might as well enjoy it. I mean, hopefully, because it should be coming up. When is it? Like August or something like that?
September.
Oh, I wasn't too far off.
If they don't cancel it this year.
Yeah.
That's the big if.
Yeah. And hopefully, because I know a lot of concerts and stuff like that around here have been either postponed or canceled altogether. It's like I had 2 tickets to go see. I got a fly bothering me. Smash Mouth over in Omaha that was supposed to be this weekend.
I haven't heard of them in a long time.
Yeah. So next year, same weekend, they're still on. So that'd be something to go see.
I'm waiting on mine to be rescheduled. I was getting myself a birthday present this year. The day after my birthday is when Motley Crue was coming to town. And so who all was going to be with them? It was Motley Crue, Def Leppard, and Joan Jett.
Oh, that would have been a nice one.
That's the day after my birthday, too. It was
Oh,
on. I've already planned it. It was set up, and then this crap hit, and I'm going, fuck, really?
yep.
Yeah, that would have been a killer time. Let's see
Yeah.
here. My late dad used to call himself a mutt. Hey, I mean, we kind of all are.
Yep. That's
Joseph
part of.
Benjamin. Sorry, I'm just kind of trying to
Oh,
catch up on the chat, see if
no.
anybody's saying anything. Years ago, went to a Star Trek con. When it came up to Des Moines, was a great time. Yeah. Kaylynn,
Yeah.
conventions are a blast.
Yep. Well, especially if you go to like the Star Trek days over in Riverside, Iowa, which is it's probably like about 20 minutes from where I grew up originally.
Mhm.
I posted a bunch of pictures from the little museum they have there. What was it, like last year or the year before or whatever, on Instagram. You go there during Trekkie days, and it is a madhouse. It's like a town of maybe 1,000 people, if that, out in Amish country, Iowa, that region, Amish country, Iowa. And it just goes nuts. And I think it's towards the end of September every year for a solid week.
Mhm.
Oh, man, it's like stupid crazy. Like,
It would be
goes,
a blast.
oh, yeah. So, one of these years, I might actually go back to it. I've driven through it, but I had like stuff to do, like go sell cattle at the sale barn at Kelowna, which is just down the road, or other stuff. And it's like trying to drive through, and all the traffic's blocked, and everybody's dressed like Spock, and it's like, I got stuff to go do. I want to party, want to hang, just can't.
Yeah, it's always a blast down here because I see so many things that I can't even wrap my mind around how much detail some of these people put into it.
Oh yeah.
I think we're about the same age, so I'm assuming you watched Neverending Story when you were younger.
Yeah. Which one? The first one? The second one?
First.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So,
I remember watching that in theater.
Yeah.
Oh,
when everybody our age was scarred when he's walking along and his horse got stuck in the tar and everything.
Yep. Artak. Yep.
Yeah. Well, there was somebody last year at DragonCon that dressed like him and had a full animatronic head, like it was stuck in the tar. Oh, it was so bad. What's going on, Joshua?
Joshua
Howdy.
Brandenburg. How are you doing, buddy? Joseph Benjamin Saravia. What is going on, Ben? Hey, so how have you been
doing today?
Oh, we're doing all right, Josh. How have you been? And
I've been good. How you been?
Is that the lunar landing right behind you?
Looks like it might be.
Yeah, it looks like the lunar landing right there.
That's pretty cool.
Yes,
Hell
sir.
yeah. Yep.
Did you watch the shuttle launch this week?
Last week, yeah. 1 week ago, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Good
deal.
deal.
That was pretty cool.
Yep. Yeah, me and my dad just got home from we were out in town doing something. I went home last week and we showed up just in time to watch the launch. So that was pretty awesome.
Oh yeah. Let's see here. I don't know if you can how well you can see it.
Yep.
But I mean the full animatronic head, it would buck up and everything. It's kind of like, oh.
Yeah, I
what
remember
happened?
you post. Oh, well, you were going to show that again. I remember you posted it on your Instagram.
Let's see here. Make it a little bit bigger. There you go.
Yep. When they were stuck in the mud, the deep mud,
Yep.
running from the nothing. Yep.
Good times.
Yep. So
there we go.
So Josh, have you been on oh, you got your hand covering the screen there, buddy. There you go.
Oh, there you go.
Yep. So have you been on a tool truck yet there, Josh? I know you were talking about it a little while back.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think you might be having slight internet problems.
Yeah, he's got a little bit of lag there.
You'll probably hear my kids screaming in the background.
Oh, yes.
It's midday.
You know, they sell tranquilizer guns. I've been researching that for personal research.
That would come in handy.
Yep.
I was out in the garden earlier trying to stake up the tomato plants, and of course, I cheered the door shut behind me. Thup, 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 thup. What are you doing? What are you doing that? What are you doing? What are you doing?
That's better.
There you go.
There you go, Josh. Yep.
There you go.
There you go, buddy. So, how's everything been going over there with you, Josh?
It's been good, and I've been really, especially with the quarantine stuff, been crazy. And
Yeah.
oh man, it's been friends in school, especially at and speaking of which, I have my kangaroos. This is where I go for school.
Oh, cool.
Awesome.
It's called Civil.
Good deal.
So.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know, because I know you really said you like bowling and stuff like that, and being stuck inside, not being able to go do all that stuff, and it's been haywire for everybody, no doubt.
Oh yeah. Let me see. Bearded, question for you, brother. How
what's up?
often do you have to start busting off injector lines at work?
Since we got rid of most of the original Volvos from when I first started, that's been a while. I got we had one truck that was due for injectors. We sent that one up to our North shop. They had a set of injectors up there, so we just shipped it up there so they could get the job done up there.
Gotcha.
Detroit. We just got some brand new Detroit, so hopefully we won't have to worry about those for a little while. But it was
you get the DD15s or
yeah, and did
God bless you.
Did one set back in February, and that was the first set in a long time that I had to do injectors with spark plugs running the show nowadays. So
oh yeah, that's right. You primarily went to spark plugs. No, I was going to say next time you if you were doing a lot of them, I was going to let you borrow one of my wrenches, see what you thought of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I know the Volvos were pretty much throwing those away like they kind of need to.
Yeah, the Volvos are kind of a throwaway truck.
Oh yeah.
I wish my company, the trucks that they have, they kind of go all over the place, but the two main ones they're going for right now are Volvo and Freightliner Cascadias. And I'm like, can we not get a Peterbilt in here? A Kenworth? Help
Get
me.
some PACCAR. Yeah.
I mean, give me a little help here.
Yeah. Well, even the Volvos back when they were still putting Cummins in them were not bad trucks.
Did you see the comments yesterday night when I left?
No, what's up?
Antonio.
On
what is up? What was the comment that you posted the other night there, Josh?
I didn't see.
Money was bad.
Oh, thank you. There he goes.
Oh, yeah, he's got some internet issues.
Yeah.
Oh, what just happened?
Don't know,
there
buddy.
you go.
There you go.
But yeah, the Volvos I can't stand messing with, and I don't I don't hate the Cascadias. It's just I'm seeing build quality.
Don't
They're-
buy the new firearm TV.
What's that?
What was that, Josh?
Yeah, he's having issues.
Yeah, the internet's phasing on him. Yeah, no, the Cascadias in general, I think, are okay, and we've had fairly decent luck with them, with the CNG side of things, and most of them now are reaching that 1,000,000 mile mark, and so we're seeing a lot of other stuff, and well, we've talked about some driveline stuff and other things like that.
Yeah.
And then, of course, there's the trucks that, once they hit somewhere between 800 and 1.2 million, got to have that head done. And I've got one I've been dealing with. It just had the head replaced a few months back, and it's already got a bad. It's like the valve seat itself is bad because once the truck warms up, we have no issues with it.
Oh, gotcha.
But you get the misfire code, check engine.
Yeah.
With the spark plug problems, ran the overhead on it I don't know how many times, and I looked on shop notes, and the shop was going to send it back to the dealership back in October after they had it done. Apparently they never did that, or because it was sent to a dealership to have the head replaced. But apparently the dealership never did nothing, and so now we still got one with a constant valve seat problem, and it's just nuts.
Have you done a leak film on it when it's cold?
No, we haven't found an extension long enough to do a leak down test on it.
Ew.
Because our extensions are about
11,
12 inches long. So trying to get something down in there, we bought a whole kit from Snap-on, like $500. Well, the shop bought it, thank God. $500-600 for that, and it's not near long enough to get down into the spark plug hole.
Yeah, and Snap-on doesn't have anything that'll reach.
No, I think Caterpillar, looking at what is it, that Navy girl or whatever, she's a Caterpillar mechanic. She runs I seen on Instagram she does gas Caterpillar generator systems.
Okay.
And they run pretty much the same thing. So basically it's like a giant what was that, D98? Instead of being a diesel, it looks like it's a natural gas burner with just humongous jumbo freaking sized ignition coils, and the extensions make ours look like it might as well belong in a Mazda.
Nice.
Like, holy crap. Yeah.
What thread are the spark plugs? Do you happen to know?
It's 14 millimeter fine thread by like 1.0 or 1.25. We got the tap for it because we had one. We had to tap the hole out.
Let me make a note. I might have an extension at work. If I do, you want me to send it to you?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, just shoot me an email because I got my Capri 3/8 drive ratchet I want to send to you to test out. Oh, there he went. Yeah, he's been having all sorts of internet issues. Oh, there he goes.
There he is.
Yep. But
sorry.
No, I sent CP a little text a little while ago seeing what he was up to. And right now, where I had lunch at was Taste of New York Pizza. He's there now. Best pizza in town.
Nice.
So,
y'all are right down the road from each other.
Yeah, he's about a 10-minute drive through town. So through all the roundabouts and all the other stuff in the construction, he's 10 minutes away.
Nice.
So, yep.
Well, that's pretty cool. But yeah, I wrote down on my notepad because I'm pretty sure I have a extension pipe for compression elite down that's roughly 12, 13 inches long.
Oh,
So if you can get that down in the hole, just clip, should be golden.
yeah. Yeah, if we can get that down in there, that'd be awesome. But yeah, because oh crap, where was I at? I just got the text from CP, but yeah, no, I want to send you that 3/8 Capri ratchet, the one that I tried to break and hasn't broken yet.
Hey,
I want to
willing
send that.
to try it.
Yep, I'll send the repair kit to you just in case, because with it as well.
You know, I don't break stuff ever.
No,
I never break tools ever.
not like you wouldn't mind breaking that one.
I have.
But, you know, just in case, if there's a problem with it, you know why. And there's a repair kit ready for you. But yeah, that was
I've been meaning to try out some of Capri's stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've got they've got some stuff that.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh, they've got some stuff that they're working on bringing down the line. So,
yeah, that's one thing I'm wanting to, and that's what I've said all along. My whole goal for my channel is I'm wanting to build up the reputation in the tool industry, like I have in a few other industries, where people know who I am, what I do, that I'm honest. Mm-hmm. I don't care if they don't ever want me to make a video on it. I don't care. You know, I like helping good companies out. If a company wants me to T&E product, I'm game for it. Just know I'm not a tool breaker. I'm just going to use it. If it works, it works. If it don't, it don't.
Yep.
That's all I do.
Yep. No, I'll give everything a fair chance, and if it works and it works well, I'll continue using it. Yep. Unlike the Harbor Freight ratchets that I got, that I tried using them, and then about a week through using them, you just throw them across the shop and you get tired of them. That's a little bit separate story. Kind of like your Matco.
Oh yeah, there. It hasn't been back to work since. Has not. I'll put it this way. I needed to do some work on the Tahoe out there. I had this sitting in this Milwaukee box. I brought home my good old 36 tooth. I'd rather use that any day of the week. But I mean, if it works, it works. Why replace it?
I wonder how people are like. I wonder how people are like trying to get Matco to, you know.
Trying to get Matco to do what, buddy?
Idea of what's going on. Sometimes people get a little crazy with Matco, and people.
Yeah, Matco, they're doing what, if you'll notice, a lot of companies will do.
Like,
they're going in with YouTubers and they'll flood the market, so to speak, and say, we will send you X tools if you'll talk about it on your videos. Mm-hmm. And a lot of companies have done that in the past. So if you start seeing a lot of different channels making videos about the same thing at the same time, that's why.
Icon?
Don't get me started. It's just as good. It's the same. No.
No. I would take my Williams 36 tooth ratchets that what's his name gave to me. Drawing a blank right off my hand. But I would just as soon take those over anything Harbor Freight had to offer ever again.
Mm-hmm.
Then, yeah. Now the Capris, you know, I bought them. I beat the hell out of them. They've sent me some stuff. I bought stuff from them, and it's like a, you know, whatever it is, but I will use it through its dying day to review it. And then I bent the handle on that 1/2 inch, you know, and I still used it for 3-4 months till I got, the Williams 72 tooth in. So I've got that sitting at home now and been using the Williams 72 tooth. But yeah, I bent the handle on that with a 4-foot bar trying to get a lug nut off of a truck, and it did it.
Yeah, half-inch drive and truck lug nuts. You kind of need to go a little higher.
Hey, it took it, and it still worked.
It just wasn't
And-
happy.
Well, it only bent it a slight bit at the handle, at the neck. So I've seen worse things happen to some older Snap-on stuff in the past from other people. So
I can't say anything. This is the second handle on this ratchet. The first one, when I first got it, a bar might have found its way over the end of this and not fit all the way. So it kind of just bent the handle all the way down, and it had a cool little angle for a while.
yeah, a custom grip.
It was for a long time till I decided to suck it up and just get a new handle. But funny enough, I have never, ever had to have the head rebuilt or repaired. That's the original. So
the 36 tooth, there's a little bit more meat on those, so I can understand that. The 80 tooths, we've burnt them up on the brake chambers on the disc brakes.
Okay.
I mean, you do 20 trucks in a week, and that's
how
a lot
are the
of
disc, by the way? I've yet to do a set. I've
Heavy.
vintage drum.
Yeah, well, wheel seal wise, heavy as hell because it's unit. Well, they're bolted together, the hub with the rotor,
Okay.
and it
Kind of
just
like the Freightliner 900s.
yeah, and
Okay.
it's heavy as hell. If you have to do a wheel seal, if you just got to do the brakes, you just keep an eye on the brakes. Once they get down to the 2 millimeter mark or the thickness of a nickel, usually you've got to replace your second set of drive tires or steer tires by then anyways, or if they're getting close, depending on what tires you use. You'll just go ahead and back off the caliper, put in a new set of shoes, put all the new hardware that comes with the set of shoe or the pads, all the new hardware that comes in with the set of pads on there, and then adjust them. And usually you're good. I mean, we've got trucks that if we catch them soon enough and there's no problems, you can get 2 sets of pads out of one rotor. I mean, it's different if you have a chamber go bad and it locks up and it burns up everything, or you have a caliper go bad, and just like on juice brakes, you're going to have other events take place where you might have to replace the rotor. But as far as all the other stuff, yeah, you can easily get 1.5 million miles out of a rotor if everything's going good, and you can get anywhere 800 to 1 million miles out of a set of pads for standard over the road. Now, this isn't like the guys that go off-road, all the other stuff. This is just straight line haul.
Yeah,
So,
that's still
that's impressive.
That's pretty good. I'll tell you now, I'm not seeing that out of drums at all.
Yeah. Well, when I was at Penske, we'd see drums last, if you were lucky, 200,000 miles. Once I started working with line haul companies, 500, 600, 700,000 miles was awesome. But it would depend on, well, with anything, it depends on the drivers. You know, if somebody leases a truck from or rents a truck from Penske or Ryder, they're just, well, it's like a rental car.
Yeah. Just let it eat. See, now we recently, this week, funny enough, I've got a new manager sitting at my shop now. And funny thing, we haven't had an actual manager in about a year now. Ours went out on medical, and to be honest, when he was there, he wasn't there. He's one of those guys, just talking with him, you're going, dude, you are way out of your element. You have no idea what's happening. Well, this guy here, I haven't met him yet, got some emails from him. But basically, it's looking like some restructuring is going to take place, which is cool. I love doing GSE work, but I miss working on trucks as often as I used to. And so one thing that might be changing for me in the near future, they're talking about potentially me being able to go to a Monday through Friday gig, which I haven't had in
a while,
7-ish years. So they're talking about doing that and also swapping it up, making it so I'm working on GSE, more trucks, trailers, and I mean, just rotating it out. And that's cool. I'm good with that. I like what I do, but that's kind of why I took the week off. And I went to my senior manager about this, and he was even like, no, dude, you're fried. You're just spent. Take it. When you get all the difficult stuff back to back to back to back to back, and everybody's stared at you and the world's burning around you, that fries you. I'm going, I'm a heavy line guy anyway. I can do electrical, but I would rather sling motors all day long. Let me just dive into a truck now and then. Just give me a truck I can pin out. I don't care. I'll be happy as can be. You know, sling F-cams, we're golden.
Yep. Well, that's the other nice thing about the disc brakes is no S-cams. No slack adjusters. Well, because, to replace those anyways, for the most part, you got to pull everything apart, pull the hub off, do the wheel seal anyways. It'd be no different than replacing a rotor. It's just lighter by all means.
Do y'all have a dolly built for pulling off the hub assembly for the rotors?
No.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, because I know the ones like you could pull the whole set off for, you just back off the brakes and pull everything off together. The small floor wheel dollies. We had those, the Penske shop down in St. Louis had those.
Well,
and you
excuse me, the one I'm talking about that we have, it looks like a hand truck, but you wheel it up and it has a little bolt pattern that slides up over your lug nuts. You put a couple lug nuts over your studs, stick it through a couple brackets, and it has a little crank handle on it, so you can adjust the height and everything like that. But once you get it on there, it's connected. So you undo everything. You can wiggle it back and forth, and it just slide it off, and it's hanging on hand trucks, basically. And you can just tilt it down. So when you go to put it back up, just flip it up, wheel it straight into it. There's no lining up. It's there.
No, we don't have any of that fancy dancy jazz, unfortunately. When it comes to those things, it's all back work.
Yeah.
And I'm getting...
You could be good in that.
Yeah, getting old on that. And it's... yeah. Well,
I'll try to find a link for that because that would be something your shop should invest in.
Yeah.
Because they don't cost that much from what I remember, like a matter of a few $100. And I've never seen one break. So,
yeah, that'd be... Well, it's like us. We had, for a little while, we had a clutch jack and a transmission jack, but we had to send those off to the other shop. So, any clutch...
You're doing trannies on the floor?
Oh, no. If it needs any tranny work now, it just goes up to one of the other shops that actually has that crap. So, I ain't got to worry about it no more, which I didn't mind them. With the CNG trucks we have, with our long haul ones, the tanks are mounted on the back towards the cab. So all that space where you would have fuel tanks, there's nothing there. It's just all open space other than the tailpipe and the three-way catalytic that they have. So you just drop your exhaust, push that off, raise up your thing. You don't have to disconnect any air tanks. Not like you did on the Columbias, where you'd have to pull that one on the passenger side off and your primary air tank there and push that off to the side. Yeah. You don't have to disconnect anything air-wise. You jack it up, remove all your bolts, disconnect your hydraulic because it's got the hydraulic clutch, and wiggle her on out, drop her out, and wheel her off to one side, and you had plenty of room to work with. It was great.
See, we had rotary lifts that slid up underneath your tires, and you linked them all together, and it would lift the whole thing up.
Oh, yeah. They had those over at Freightliner, yeah.
Yeah, well, most of ours are broken now, so we're waiting on a company to come out and fix them. But when I would do a clutch, to me, it's so simple. You know, take your drive shaft, slide it off to the side. It's not a problem. I just throw up a rope from end to end, and it was good. Pop off my air. The first time you do it, it's always a pain because it has the little stupid brackets that are there for no good reason other than pissing you off that nobody ever puts back on. Zip tie, it'll be fine. Disconnect your air, slide back. A clutch job, it'd be done in under a day.
Yep. Well, it's like me. The only thing last time I did the clutch here in the shop when we had all the jazz here, the only thing we had to do was, well, we had to wait on the clutch because I took everything apart. And well, when my shop soup, he took the flywheel in to have that turned at the same time because our other shop sent us another flywheel which had been used. So he took both of them in to get those turned, got the clutch and everything else. So, and we had to wait on the flywheel housing, or not the flywheel housing, but the clutch housing on the transmission because it sent the clutch brake through it. So it was cracked.
Yeah.
So we had to wait on parts anyway. So it was, technically a 2-day job, but not like that I spent 2 days working on it. It was just more so a day's worth of work, but just waiting on parts in between and working on other trucks.
Yeah.
So
we keep the whole clutch assembly kits on the shelf along with the turn flywheel. One for the Cummins, one for Detroit, and one for Volvo.
Yeah. The other place I used to work at, we'd always have a flywheel on hand, a suitcase kit, and a clutch, usually already there, and just go in, swap it out.
Jam.
Yeah, but normally I'd be like just getting everything apart, getting ready to put a flywheel up, and my boss would be like, hey, why don't you do the back housing on this too? And it's like 110 degrees out, 2:00 in the afternoon, and it's like,
I don't wanna.
Jesus Christ. You want to get me everything coming for it, because as I'm looking for it at all the, engine mounting bushings and everything else on the backside on a 60 series, it's like, you want to get me all the hardware coming for this, because I have a feeling I'm going to need it.
That's a name I haven't heard in a long time. 60 series. I miss those. The new DD15s. All right, I absolutely despise so much about them. But do you have problems with the cooling? The little plastic coolant hose that's breaking on it?
We did there for a while, but that was at the same time. That was when I was working there part-time, and it wasn't uncommon. But Detroit started doing updates for them. The ones that come across off the cooling housing, then goes across to your fuel housing, and then back to the air compressor.
Yep.
Yeah. We haven't had any issues since they started doing updates on them and stuff. And so fishing those out and draining those,
it sucks.
Yeah.
No matter what you do, you're gonna make a mess. It's
what
it is.
Are you draining off the coolant on the side of the block? That little bitty.
Yep.
Tried it.
Yeah. I still made a mess. Then again, I'm that guy that if I touch any seats, I turn it to the Tin Man. So I'm born to get filthy, I guess. It don't matter.
It's a hobby.
It happens. But yeah, what's going on, Brad's Workbench?
Holy shit. Let me see here.
See if he wants to come on.
Yeah.
Brad, jump on. But yeah, I'm still seeing those stupid coolant lines snapping.
Yeah.
between that and EGR passages, because ours do a lot of idle time, and so that front crossover tube, they always clog up, and you have those ports inside the tube.
Yeah, on the Venturi there for the exhaust, where it comes into your Delta P right on top. Yeah, we clean those out every 100,000. So
we're not getting close to 100K out of them.
Well, we're doing it over the road too.
Yeah, I'm seeing about 60, 65, and they're just clogging up. And it's to the point that I got pissed off, and I told them, start stocking it. I'm throwing them away and putting new one on it. I don't care.
Yeah. We carry a spare Delta P sensor, but ours see a lot of road and load time versus idle time on a runway where it's 100 degrees 9 months out of the year anyways.
It's brutal. But yeah, high idle time. Heck, even a lot of time. Come on, Brad. But no, idle time and short journeys. That's a big thing. And it never fails. I swear, they wait for the regen light to come on before cutting it off. They will not do it any other time. They got to wait till they're mid-regen, and they're going to cut it off and keep doing it.
Oh, I hate it when drivers do that shit.
I swear,
it
didn't pull up a light, and I don't know. It just stopped running. It didn't make a noise. It didn't do nothing. It didn't start flashing amber. It didn't go to red. It didn't start screaming at you. It didn't tell you it was going into a D-rate. Dude.
Yeah. BS bullshit out the wazoo on that one. Because, we've dealt with drivers too. When I was working at Penske, we had one company, one of their drivers, whenever it felt like the truck was going into a load as it was going down the road, like it was doing a regen, he would cut it off after that. We had other guys that, as I'm standing there at the service counter, they'd be like, talking to another guy. Well, all the regen stuff, and this is back 2013 when all the regen stuff was new. Be like, I get that thing going, and once it goes into regen, I give that thing a good 15 minutes. Go ahead and I turn it off, and I'm back down the road again. And it's like,
no,
let it do its thing. Let it do its thing. It don't
matter. It slows up. Give it more throttle. It won't hurt it. It'll be happy.
Exactly. And
but in
it's
the meantime, I've got Detroits with one boxes completely grenading themselves.
That's only a couple grand.
It got so bad at one point, we had talked about stocking both DPFs and the whole one box itself.
That's some heavy core money right there. The core is a loaner as much as the parts.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man.
But, yeah, we were at one point talking about it so frequently, we got to do something because turnaround, by the time we'd send one out, there'd be one coming in on a hook. And I'm just kind of going, why? Why are y'all going to do this to me?
Well, because it threw the little bitty light at me, and I didn't know what the little bitty things with the little bitty cloud meant, so I shut everything off, turned the power off, turned the power disconnect off, waited 10 minutes, and I was back on the road.
We have a sticker made, a decal that's up on the
visor,
the close side of the visor. It's right there at you. And,
yep.
Oh, I never noticed that. If somebody sits in your truck, you will run to the dispatch raising holy hell. Somebody messed with your truck, but you don't notice that.
Yeah, if somebody happened to clean their truck for them just because it was due for service and somebody threw away their trash bag full of cigarettes and Mountain Dew bottles.
My stuff.
Oh, God. Yeah.
It's horrid. Yeah, that whole my truck thing, it kills me.
Oh, yeah, no, we had one driver, he got hired on a few months ago, and we talked about it to him a couple times. Hey, we know you're smoking there. You want to keep it nominal because you're not always going to have the same truck. We can't guarantee that just due to routes and what needs swapped out, what needs to come back for service and all that stuff. Oh, we're good. We're good.
Nope.
And one day he went because we were getting rid of the Volvos and because we got a small load in of brand new Cascadias. Brand new. This was their first trip. Brought one back and it smelled like a 1970s dive bar from Vegas from hell. Oh my God. Brand new truck. This
is he the one that flicks it in the floorboard?
Everywhere.
Ash? Yeah.
Everywhere. Right behind this. It just goes everywhere. And it's like, brand new truck came down. My boss hopped in it that morning. There was like, you could see where it was just like the long pieces of ash just directly on the floor. And there was another truck like the day after that. He went, something happened to it between here, the distribution center. He had to come back, swap it out. It was like 2 cigarettes worth of ashes in a 5-minute trip. And he's like, look, don't fricking smoke in the truck. And he even, the next day or that night or whatever, he went and put a post-it on the guy's assigned truck saying no smoking in the truck on the computer screen. And then the guy went and checked all the other trucks just to see if everybody else had one in there. It's like, if you're going to smoke in it, at least try to make an attempt to clean stuff up. This guy never did. Kick it out
the window.
Oh man. It's not like he gets back, he cleans out the truck a little bit, there's no ashes in it or as best as he can get, and cleans the windshields and the dash and stuff like that. And you might find a little bit of something here or there if you're really looking, like we've had some drivers do. We've had drivers that chain smoked in general. You hop in the truck and you couldn't even tell.
Yep.
And it's
we had one guy, we banned smoking from the truck, but I'm no tattletale. As long as you don't make it where it's filthy for me, I don't care.
Exactly.
Had one guy, he carried around, you remember the cans used to put brake clean in from a 55-gallon drum, could pressurize it before
the
EPA starts
aerosol.
crying.
Yeah.
He had one of those left over. He pressurized it every day coming to work. He'd get out. That was just enough air. He'd hit the floorboard and it blew whatever out the other door. Put it back in his box, go home.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going, dude, that's smart. I can't say nothing about that.
Yep. No, and people just, if you make a little bit of an effort, you try to make our job a little bit easier. And it's like I said during my freaking little bitty COVID video. Sometimes you hop in a truck and you should be in a full CBR suit anyways, mop gear. It's you're like, and I'm going to the shop and
there was one truck. The guy's senses were tired. Thank God. Nobody would get in his truck. I refused to work on it more than once. He'd write it up. I'd go to get in it. I'm going, nope. Mm-mm. He was an amateur bodybuilder back in the day, but wanted to act like he was still swole as all get out and everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
He would come to work. He would eat chicken, throw the bones in the floor, leave them, drink protein shakes throughout the day, spill that in the floor, not clean that up. And we've all smelled protein shake. That's just isolate.
We had a gal that was like that would haul out of Kansas. And it was, you'd never see the chicken bones, but you'd find all the rest of the chicken, fried chicken, everywhere.
It's just
driving
to the days where drivers would take care of their crap.
Well, that's back when they used to have to buy it themselves.
Yeah. I mean, I remember even still some of the old timers, they are holding in there. They're in their 70s now, but I'm going, no, don't piss them off. I don't want them to leave. They have a little carton crate they show up to work with. They don't say my truck this, my truck that. Is my usual sign? No, cool. And they'll go out to it. Whatever truck they're assigned, they will take a backpack with some food and stuff in it, change clothes, and an egg crate with cleaning supplies in it. And they'd sit it down between the seats. I'm going, I love it. If
Yep.
they were unhappy with how somebody else smelled, they've got something to remedy that quick.
Yep. No, there's one place when I was working back at the steel plant, the place across the road that I'd work for part-time during the daytime. Then I'd go work second shift at the steel plant. And my dad would haul for them part-time as well because he did the 2-3 at Alcoa, 2 days on, 3 days off type swaps back and forth.
Yep.
He'd haul for them as well. They were scrap haulers. And yeah, that's exactly what he would do. And there were a couple other people that had their normal assigned trucks that trucked full-time for them. You know, they'd come in and they'd have a thing of the gear oil for either the hubs and checking the drives, and they check drives, they check brakes, all the other stuff. You know, Lysol wipes, Armor All wipes, glass cleaner, all that stuff. And my dad did the same exact thing. Except my dad got tired of it whenever he'd hop into a truck that, okay, it wasn't the truck he used last, somebody else used it. There'd be chew spit all over the steering wheel.
Yeah.
He'd spend like an hour cleaning the truck out just before he was like, okay, now I can drive this piece of crap. And it's like, it's different if you have some fleets, you'll have an assigned truck for that person full time.
Yep.
And, you know, those guys will usually, for the most part, take care of it 70% of the time.
Yep.
And it's just,
I'll tell you what I'm seeing more and more of that's just shocking to me. I'm seeing more drivers come in for CDL restrictions, autos only.
oh,
They took their test in an auto, and if you take your test in an auto, you are restricted to auto only.
yep.
And they don't know how to drive stick.
No, they don't know how to drive it out of the lot on a stick. I'm not a great driver by no means. I've got my Class A stick shift unrestricted, but by no means am I a pro steering wheel holder. I'm a mechanic.
Sure. Yeah, and that's understandable. But yeah, these people can't even like park it.
Yeah, no, we had it was probably a year and a half or maybe 2 years ago. We had one kid come in. He was working for another company. My boss hops in the truck with him. They're going to do their test. 5 minutes later, my boss is driving it back. So they made it down to the stop sign, down to an intersection before getting on the interstate, swapped. He had to go down to another place where he could turn around and come on back. We're like, that was fast. Yeah, he couldn't drive it. And it was one of the easier driving trucks, too.
I mean, I tell everybody, look, that far left pedal, you need it for starting and stopping. That's what you got.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of transmission differences. A lot of people have a mechanical, you got your synchros in the back end of the, 10 speeds on the FROs. And some people don't want to use it. Some people do use it to double clutch if they want to, whatever it's going to be.
I got bird legs. I can't be double clutching. I'm floating. Let me put it in there. If it don't go, I'll grind it
down. You got to move all this down.
all I got to do, hit it, take off. Let me kick up RPMs. I don't know how to go slow anyway. That low RPM, yeah.
Yeah. Well, the CNGs do shift they got a tighter tolerance on their RPM rates when you go to shift than the diesels do. And so when I'm shuttling a truck back and forth or whatever, it might screw with me a little bit, but I'll still get it to where it goes. If it grinds a hair here or there, I don't care.
It'll be fine. It's good for it. It's cleaning the gears off.
I'm the one that fixes it anyways. Yeah. I'm the one fixing it anyhow. So you know what? Oh, well, better me than somebody else.
I just tell people when I grind it, I'm just lapping them in. It's fine. It's good.
Yep.
Yeah. We've got even our yard mule jockeys now. Oh my God. We have some that come back there every day crying, wanting to get rags and brake clean because somebody got fifth wheel grease on their glad hands.
That's good for it.
You are a yard mule driver. Get in the fucking thing. Wear gloves.
I'm pretty sure you at your work they have gloves out of a little bitty machine. They put their card in, press the number, and they can get a set of gloves every week.
We give them a box. You want some here? You want cloth gloves? Here's a bag of them. Have fun. Don't
the jerseys, jersey gloves. I mean, it's an airport. Everybody there gets gloves.
Yeah, I'm just kind of
I've watched them.
Yeah. Nope. They won't wear gloves, but they cry that the glad hands have fifth wheel grease on it. Oh. I'm going, 1, wear gloves. 2, how are you getting fifth wheel grease on glad hands? In a yard
3,
meal?
Look at me. Like you, like that one day you took a hydraulic shower.
Some days suck more than others.
I had those at the steel plant. Trust me. One day I was emptying out because we had to change out the hydraulic tanks on our side load forklifts. 40 gallons of hydraulic fluid. Yep. It's like, all right, I got it because it's a side load right on the side of the drain for the tank, which is 4 feet up. I got my buckets kind of laid out to where I think it's going to hit. Like, okay, yep. I got it a foot away, and I got 3 5-gallon buckets stacked up.
Daddy,
whoosh!
Is it okay if I throw away your Band-Aid?
Yes, honey. Thank you.
And
sorry, little one's asking. But
yeah, no, I had them stacked up, and then next thing I know, I'm going to grab the bucket, and everything in the bucket just. And then there was another time on our order filling station, which we called Brainer stations, because Brainer was the original patenter of the machines. Then the company I worked for bought out the patent, and they sold the patent to another company because they were making more of them than the original company. Had a clogged filter on one of those, went and popped the cap, and good thing it was winter.
That always helps.
And I had spare uniforms.
Yeah, I always have those at work. But no, we've got a guy at work that he lied his way in for. I mean, just gonna call it like it is. Did I have any tool trucks stop by? Yeah, buddy, I have Mac Tools and Snap-on. Matco Tools truck was coming by, but nobody at the airport was buying off of him after a week. But no, this guy at work, he basically lied his way in. And he's got his mentality that hydraulic fluid is any oil. And so he's putting ATF in hydraulic tanks and stuff like that. And I'm going, you've just made my life a nightmare.
Oh, no. You've got the steel plant. We had 5 different types we kept on hand. As well, for the gearboxes on the overhead cranes, we had the HO2 that we had on hand for the side load forklifts. We had the HO1 for the regular machinery. We had a different type we had to use with our CNC saws. And then we had another type for, what machine was that? But yeah, we had 5 different types that we'd keep on hand. We had 2 55-gallon drums of one, and we'd usually keep 4 or 5 5-gallon buckets of all the rest.
Yep.
And
I mean, it's about the worst problem I saw him cause. Thankfully, I educated him about my big loaders that take 300 gallons. Don't touch those. Those are mine. He put ATF in a lift truck. So it took hydraulic only. Mm-hmm. One day they come around going, this thing's just going up slow as can be, and it's just chattering. It doesn't feel safe. I'll mess with it. Not only did he put ATF in hydraulic oil, and I'm trying to remember which hydraulic oil it was, but it's fairly thin stuff. Anyway, so it cross-contaminated, but he also hasn't been swapping out breathers on it. That was assigned to him to work on it. And it had the original breather. So much trash was built up. all the water. It's like you took cups of water and poured it in.
So it just came out like chocolate milk.
Actually, it looked like a strawberry shake. It looked identical to strawberry milkshake. I had to pull everything apart, and it was supposed to come out something like, from what I remember, like 1200 psi for your main line going to your actuator valve.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sitting there hitting it, and it's just barely dropping out. I'm going, oh my God. Thankfully, after just flushing it, dumping through it, I finally got it just to give a big cough, and it shot across the shop. I'm going, okay, we might can save it yet. Because the downside is the company and their infinite wisdom that designed this stupid thing, they did not put any kind of hydraulic filter on it whatsoever. It's just straight lined.
Oh,
yeah. So it was just funk for days. But yeah, I ended up having to take the whole tank out. Had a side mounted pump. All that had to come out. The filter, it's never been changed in the tank.
so it's probably all like,
oh, it was imploded. Complete. The funk that was in it was just horrid. And but this guy, he's gonna either have to step up or get out, because not long ago we all got email, including my new manager, talking about crossover work and this, that, and other. He called this guy out by name and said, "You will be doing more. You must start working on more than this little chicken shit you're doing. This isn't flying no more." The guy got pissed, screamed racism and everything else. I'm going,
piss poor job versus freaking. Okay, I screwed up. What did I do wrong? Please teach me. There's a difference there.
No. I've never heard him say, "I messed up," ever. And I mean, I'll tell somebody almost on a weekly, "Well, I dicked that up. If that's the worst I do today, then okay, whatever."
Yeah. Well,
if you don't mess up, you're not working.
Yeah. Well, it's like, I showed you the other day something my apprentice missed. So I gotta, when he comes back to work on Monday. So
hold the hand out.
Oh no, I'm gonna be like, "Hey, let's go underneath the truck." Okay, now let's just run me through this small section right here real quick. And if he asks, well, why? Well, just show me first. And then when he asks why, I'm gonna go over to a 55-gallon drum and point and say, "That's why." And well, at least with him, that's going to be his point breaker, and he's going to understand that. We had small conversation like that because, like, whenever we service, we check, the quick drains on the air tanks.
Mm-hmm.
And usually it'd be one of those, I tapped it with my leg. It's still working, and it sounded like it closed. I'm good. As he was going by as he would work his way up to grease the front end of a truck. And then the following day, brought one in. Governor went bad on it, and it was a truck he serviced the day before, and it's like I get like half a gallon of water out of the air tank. Oh, probably a quart. I won't say half a gallon, but a quart.
But it looks like half a gallon. Anybody that sees the water or spraying out, it looks like a lot.
So I'm like, he was, I can't remember if he was washing a truck or something or other in between. Doing whatever. I'm like, "Hey, come here. You see all this?" Remember when I asked you, make sure you check those about a week ago? Yeah. You worked on this truck yesterday? Maybe. Okay.
Yep.
And
see, ever since they went to the quick drains, oh my God, I love those things. I absolutely love.
With a rag and.
Well, I'm talking about on the Cascadians. They actually have a drain petcock now. You can turn
on
it.
The front?
Totally drain. Yeah. Love them. Because you're like me. You've been around long enough where you sat there bored out of your mind just holding the cable out going, just drain. And, of course, when you're done there, it never seats right. So now you got to search the shop for a new valve. Yeah.
Sometimes if you soak them down Well, after you get them drained all the way, and if it's still a little corroded inside, you pull it off, and if you soak it down with some penetrating oil, let it set for a minute, take it to the sink and wash it out, and then re-soak it again with the penetrating oil, build up air and double check it, make sure.
Well, yeah.
Because sometimes you will occasionally get the one that just doesn't want to go right ever again. So we keep one of those on hand.
But yeah, whenever I'm lucky enough anymore to get one in for a PM, I always had a habit of it. I'd, test drive it, bring it in the shop, check everything out, hit my hazards, headlights, all that. As I'm doing the walk around, it's cut off. That little lever, open it up. I totally drained the tanks. Completely drained the tanks. Now, my job, they want us to replace the air dryer every APM. So once a year, they want us to replace the air dryer.
Yeah.
I've told my lead tech before, if you want to scold me, fine. You want to tell me not to do it, that's fine. But every 6 months it comes in, I'm going to replace it because we are in the South. The humidity, it's unbearable. And I get a lot of water out of these things. What's it hurt? It's a cheap filter. I already drained the tanks anyway. It takes me, 3 minutes?
Tap, pop it, spin it, lube it, back on. Yeah, and we do ours. Our annual PMs on our trucks are every 100,000 miles. So some trucks get them 3 times a year anyways, just due to mileage. Our trailers are on a yearly basis.
Ours too.
But as far as our powered equipment, every 100,000 miles, at that point in time, it's time for a lot of that stuff anyways. The coolant filters, air cleaners, all that shit. Yeah. Unless it's like during winter when we get our freezing weather and we have a air dryer go bad, because we really don't see, on occasion we might see one during the summer go bad and a whole air dryer assembly, and then I'll put a paint stick on the filter when we replaced it, because it might be due for an annual a month and a half down the road. And no point then.
Now, I don't know if you do this, but I piss off some of the guys at work because it makes our stuff look like it come from a junkyard, so they say. Every time I replace a filter, I write the date and the mileage on it. It's force of habit. It doesn't hurt. So there's no questioning, was this just replaced? What's it in here for? Da-da-da-da-da.
Yep. No, well, all of those filters go in line with our annual sticker anyways. And, with the exception of the high-pressure gas solenoids, which we write the dates on those. And our system keeps pretty good track of the mileage that we do all the stuff on. So for some of them, we won't do the mileages and stuff. Does it hurt? No, it's not going to hurt at all.
Being called away, I get it.
It's almost time for dinner anyway. So I was on here about a half hour longer than I planned on being. So,
well, there you go. Yeah, it's good to shoot the breeze with you.
Yep, and then there's Dano's toolbox finally stops in.
What's going on, Dano? About time you caught up.
Yep. But no, that's not too bad. Looks like we only got 5 watching anyways. No 99.
Who cares?
Yeah. No, it was a good chat, but no, awesome having you on here. Thank you for showing up.
I appreciate it.
Joshua, we got to try to work on the internet stuff a little bit. Hopefully next time we get the bugs worked out there.
Yep.
So definitely good to see everybody in. Thanks everybody for stopping in. We greatly appreciate it. And me and CP, one of these days, we're going to get together and we want to do a live stream on Ratchets Anonymous.
That would be cool.
Oh, yeah.
Y'all do have a lot.
There's probably about 150 between the two of us.
Meanwhile, I'm taking stuff to the house going, nah, I don't need that many.
Yeah, I've got 20 in my toolbox, but I use them all. I use them all. They each got, On the CNGs with the Cascadia snub nose.
That good, huh?
Yeah. It's just the space you got to work with. It sucks.
Nice.
And so you got the long-handled one for breaking it away, and then you got this little bitty stubby one for doing that, and then you got the other stubby one that's got the little angle that you're going to need, and then you got the little bitty wheel, and that's just all on different stuff, and it's just like, oh, gosh.
It never ends.
Nope. So, yeah, there's 20 ratchets, 10 for sure that I use daily nonstop, and then the other 10 that are weekly at the least. So
meanwhile, I'm taking my fine tooth out of rotation. I'm going back to my 36 and calling it good.
There you go. So, well, all right, everybody. Thank y'all for showing up.
Yep. Appreciate it.
I do appreciate it. So, anyways, gonna have some dinner, gonna do some grilling. So hope you have a good rest of your vacation, sir. And thank you everybody that showed up. Antonio, Claudio, Michael still hanging in there. We got Josh still hanging in there. So Robert Worthington, well, thank you, sir, for showing up. So, but anyways, everybody take care. And I'm going to hold you on here for just a second while we go ahead and end this. So remember, shop safety is just as important as firearm safety. You screw something up, somebody could die, and we'll catch you later.